Okay, it is July 5th, 2020, and here's the noni plant so far. Today, I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys out because they are getting pretty big, and I'm going to transplant them into their own pots. First, I'm going to water this real well so that it loosens everything up. All right, so I've got them watered real well, and I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can record this process as well. This one is lodged in there really well, so you can see here I'm yanking on it and it's not going anywhere. So I might have to do that one off camera. For this little guy here, let's see if we can get him out fairly easily. Okay, seems to be coming up pretty easily. I'm just hoping I don't wind up just snapping him. These noni plants tend to grow pretty easily, so here we have it. His root went a bit deep, so we'll just go ahead and plant him and see if he'll grow. If he doesn't, it's no big deal. But if he does, we might as well record the process so that we can all see that it's fairly easy to propagate this guy, even if it's been growing in the ground. All right, so there we have the bigger one. That root actually went pretty deep, so I don't know if it was just coming off of the main tree here, or if its root was just that big. But we'll go ahead and plant him and see if he still grows. All right, so there we have it. Here are our newly potted noni plants, and like I said, this guy, I'm not sure if he was just an offshoot, basically a little shoot coming off the roots, but I went on ahead and clipped them at the bottom and planted them anyway. So we'll see. I also cut off some of the leaves here because it's going to be unnecessary right now, because the plant's going to be struggling to produce more roots. So I didn't add any rooting hormones or anything like that. Same old Miracle-Gro potting mix that I always use, and nothing other than the fertilizer that's already inside that potting mix. We'll give these guys a couple of weeks, maybe about a month, and we'll come back to see if they're still here. All right, now, so it is August 31st, 2020, and it has been approximately 2 months, almost 2 months, since we transplanted these guys. And as you can see here, it turned out to be successful. So I know there's weeds in here, and I don't really like to touch the weeds until the plant has established itself, because when I do tend to pull weeds out, they got such a deep root structure, and it's pretty they got pretty massive root structures, and sometimes they get entangled with the roots of the plants that I've got in the pot. So I like to wait until the plant looks like it's established itself pretty well, especially smaller plants like this. I definitely wait. I know it may seem like the weeds are going to drown the plant out, but they won't. They won't cover the plant to the point where it doesn't get enough sun. Like I said, this is the guy who we cut those leaves off of, and those leaves wound up falling off and new leaves developed. Here's the smaller guy, and he seems to be doing really well. So turned out it wasn't too big of a deal to cut the root off this guy here and just yank. Although I wouldn't advise just yanking them out of the ground. Sometimes you really don't have a choice but to either cut those roots off so that you can get the plant out, or just wind up yanking it out if you don't have anything to cut the root off with. But the main idea is to try to keep the plant intact as much as you can, so that you can get a successful transplantation when you do eventually plant it. But that concludes this video on the small transplant / propagation of the noni plant. I will be doing a video here in the near future on planting the noni plant from seeds, so keep an eye out for that one. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.